Before we proceed, may I ask my mom to offer prayers, please?
Hello? Hello? Good. Mr. Chair.
Yes, Council, there's a bit of, yeah, please, come in.
He's already on.
Yeah, thank you, Imam. Please, proceed. Pray for us.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا هب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد الفاتح لما أغلق الكاتب لما سبق ناصر الحق بالحق والهادي إلى صراطك المستقيم وعلى آله قدر المقدار العظيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما صلى الله تعالى عليه وصحبه وسلم سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Shukran, Imam. Thank you very much. Bishop, you have the floor, please.
Thank you, Chairman. Lord God of mercy, of grace, of love, and of compassion, you who created the universe, you whose throne is in heaven above, and the earth is your footstool. We continue to thank you for giving us this privilege to come to the village of Jambur to continue our TRRC sittings. And we pray that your Holy Spirit will uphold the people of this village and will be with all who will come out to testify that, Lord, that you will grant them the boldness to speak the truth, and that you will grant the commission the discerning spirit to be able to discern between truth and falsehood. And we pray, Lord, that as the truth comes out, that reconciliation will come. Reparations will also be a possibility. And you, the judge of the whole heart, will do your final judgment on all that will take place. This we ask through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Bishop. We now have the Alcalde of Jambur. Welcome to the TRRC. We understand you have some welcoming remarks to make. Please proceed to do so now.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, alhamdulillah rabbil alamin, alhamdulillah rabbil alamin, alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Yo, bi fana mulu neti mi yalonko.
Today is another day
Pour kan hakilol murundi ko ma ñing soma kamala.
to remind ourselves for the future.
Yo, Sayang beluntang ulbe jiala sate nyung kono jang kaira kono ngakumas bismillah la ngalabang alhamdulillah rabbil alamin ala.
Welcome all the visitors to this village.
Ase ke kairo sabat indirangotin na bangko kang ke fitino bayrangotin na bangko kang.
Let it be something that will sustain peace in our country, something that will also help us do away with violence in our country.
Saje soma warambi mobe se hakilotu ibeta mala banko kanyamin anyim banko la maranya se sone mari bulundo nyamin in Kenya si palka nasoto.
So that today we remind ourselves how to behave, and those of us that are also in authority to know how to run this country, so that what happened does not happen again.
Ala ya keminila amanke ko ya sambiti koleto barbitu nying ala la nyinita kuo kula salo wo beta mala jongo kunale.
Those that it happened to, it was not that they bought it from a shop, but we must know that whatever God ordains, that is what usually happens.
Oto wo kamala mamaria e dandulale soto molu tema kat nkana ke molu fe arangoti nkana ke molu tonye rangoti.
There is a limit to which we may joke with one another, so let us not make this as an issue of joke or an issue where we would mock one another.
Amanjari wo bela.
It is not necessary to do all of that.
So luntangolo albismillah jambur sate kono.
You visitors, I welcome you once again to Jambur village.
Tonya dama ake minketa wole nyanta satala mimma nyanke katuntul dama tijan malaikul fanam bi janna minne fanam be safero.
Only the truth must be revealed, because we are not alone here. We are here with angels as well.
So nyin tolunga safe wol fanam ba safela la nyin tonya ta kono amanyi nya wo nyama bar mi sotota wo e fotolong ay ke tonya ta kola ay bank ay ke banko bela kuti mi yalon ka sa kairo sabatin dinda mali tema anu ni nadiata alay jamburu waliyo koteke nadiata alay wote sotola kata banko kara kotongol mumebe wala mun nanganiyo ti anu ni nanganiyo muminti ngalon jama ba fana nanganiyo be kala wolati.
This, whatever is the truth, is what has to be said, because when we write, the angels also write, and when we don't say what the truth is, they will not write that. Let's just speak the truth, so that what happened in this country will not happen again, and for Jambur also, so that this will be an opportunity to do away with all disagreements forever in this community.
Yo alsal hako boy ndinya katu diamo mandia mbena diamo dana jela la baraka bak mbali diala kaira kono ala manga kumas bismillah nga janjang alhamdulillah rabbil alamin ala.
I beg your pardon, because talking is not easy. I might have said something which is not proper, but once again, I welcome you into this community, and I hope that you will do your proceedings in peace. I beg your pardon once more.
Thank you very much indeed, Alcaro, for those welcoming remarks. Council, are we ready to start our proceedings? If we are, please go ahead.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, residents of Jambur village. We are happy to be here. We are ready to proceed, and Horeja Balagay will lead the next witness, the first witness.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, Commissioners. Good morning to you all. Can I ask that the witness be brought in so that we can start the proceedings? Thank you, Mr. Usher.
I, Omar Bojang,
ako nte Omar Bojang
nte Umar Bojang
do swear that
mben kalila ko
mben kala ko
I'll speak the truth,
mbe toñale fola
mbe toñala fola
the whole truth,
toña damma
toña dam man
and nothing but the truth.
aɗum nte fen fola men manke toñade
nunte fen fola na manke toñade
So help me God.
woto alama ala en ndema
to alma ala ndema
See.
Assalamu alaikum, Imam.
kansul ko isama imam
wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Thank you very much for welcoming us to Jambur.
akoye num mbara bake yem bisimillahi ñamen kana jambour
And thank you for making yourself available to testify this morning.
akoye num mbara fanan i wakkilta i sonta i naata pour ŋe soto yena seedeyaro la jangñin somanda
We met yesterday, but let me repeat my name. I am Horeja Balagay.
ako kunun ni bentale bari bo ñawñandi mbe saylanto kan to bu horeja bala geyleti
It is my responsibility to lead your examination on behalf of the commissioners.
ako atele la do ko mu bi pour ka tambi ñaato ñinin karola karola commissioner lu toyala ibe men seedeyaro kala jambi
As I explained to you yesterday, the interpretation may make things a little slower than usual.
akaya fo ñamen kunun ñin kanna soro asikolu sumayandi nole domandin ka dukundi
When you speak in Mandinka, it will be interpreted into English.
ni teye mandinka kan fo mba kanna soro la angale kangotole
And when I speak in English, it will be interpreted into Mandinka for you.
adun nate fanan diamuta angale kangoto mbew fanan kanna soro la mandinka kangotole pour ite ya faham
Therefore, please allow a few seconds in between our speeches to avoid overlapping speech.
bitun isi kenendim bula diamolu tema nate ya kangoji ya kenendim diala ite fana ina diamu pour alla diamolu kana sila ñokan
If at any point you would like me to repeat or clarify any of my questions, please feel free to do so.
ako ni tata hani fo yaje ko ala ñinin karo ima faham ilafta ayese ya kan walla ilafta ay kumo seneyandi ñinin karo ke kana hakil fula soto isi ñinin ka babe ko indilale
Your testimony will take one session, which is about an hour and a half.
ila ñinin karo abenna bengo wucce kilinne tala memu montoro wate kilinti anin talantemo
I will cover 4 main topics.
andun ka cañin alla diya moñin abe bunda kumma nani le mala
Very briefly, we will talk about your background, including your educational background as well as your current profession.
wati sutun kono doron abe kacawa folo la dami wolem itelem jumati pour molu safaham itelem jumati luntan during wokola ila karango ila londo sio fana ñininka adata damen bitun wol mu kulleti menu ñanta lonna kacia sina tenten
We will then talk about any previous interactions you've had with any of the political parties.
yo kola sina diamu folo to nun inim politique party olu temo foku nene duntal temale fa lata ñawñandi ñama abe ñininka law fana nale
We will talk about the witch hunt incident of 2009, including the impact it may have had on you and the rest of the community of Jambur.
wokola kaca sina futa dinkirato menketa wo moluti men koybe buwañiningola 2000 sango kono anin woye man toro men sabu itema inila dimbal ni mo kotengo
And lastly, we will talk about the stigma that is associated with being identified as a witch or wizard.
wokola nse labanka ñim fanam fo ni yete codi ka fo karimu buwaleti woka te siro anin tokuya men sabu ite marima iko kola fanan nse labanka wo jibe
And any advice you may have on how the community can move forward in spite of such a horrific incident.
wokola ni ye yamari soto kuma ñimma isi molu yamari menna jama molu mbe kuolu sambala ñamin satara be sitara larin kayro nin buña nin horomo kan wo fanan niyo soto isi ñininka yew fanan banke pour jama sidula jang molu be tala ñamin
Are you ready to proceed with your testimony, Imam?
ako fo sayen imam iparetale pour ka seedeyaro damuta
hanka ñim paretal
yes I am ready
For the record, can you please state your full name?
Puru safer la kuwa kama ito ani kontongo fobang.
Ntomo Umar Bojan.
My name is Omar Bojang.
Can you tell us your date and place of birth?
Afonyeng iwuluta mintole aning ni hakilo samuta sanjuma alemu iwuluta.
Uluta Jambur Janne.
I was born here in Jambur
1961.
in 1961.
And that would have been the 15th of June, 1961, is that correct?
Ako walem nyindiko June karotil tani lulu 1961 fa walem bang.
Ha olam.
Yes.
Can you please tell us when and where you attended school?
Ko nyim fanam fanye sanjuma anim min karambu njuma ye karango ke damen nuto.
Ngakarang kumasi Jambur Primary School.
I started school at Jambur Primary School
1967.
in 1967.
Nga conclude ngana primary 6 okay 1973.
I did my primary 6 in 1973.
Mpama na tambondi school oto ayen samba karangola arkwana karangola Kasamas.
My father then withdrew me from school and took me to Casamas for Quranic school.
Ngana arkwana karanka oto kabo 1973 kana 1988 in Satan Jamburja.
I did my Islamic studies there from 1973 to 1988, upon which I returned back to Jambur here.
Do you recall which Quranic school you attended in Casamas?
Ako foy hakilo sa mutale ye karango ke alqur'ana karang bunjumale to Casamas.
Nga ke daro le to je ka fo sademi jiddatu khalifa na karmo mai ka fa alaji khalifa Sedi Sall.
I did my Quranic education at the local Dara at Jeddah Khalifa, and my teacher was called Alhaji Sedi Sall.
Alhaji Khalifa
Alhaji Khalifa Sedi Sall.
You told us that after your Quranic education in Casamas, you returned to the Gambia.
Yanyum fanya ko briela alqur'ana karango bang Casamas wotumole inata sena Gambia.
Yes.
What is your current profession?
Saying ila do ko mumuneti be mun do ku fasonnela.
Senolo mundela hajoti.
I'm a farmer.
And we also know that you are the Imam of Jambur, is that right?
Nganyim fana lonko etelom Jambur sate wala alimamoti fo lembang.
Wala be kedin sanyi.
Yes, that is what is existing now.
Do you recall when you became the Imam of Jambur?
Foy hakilo samuta sanjuma lem ye almame ya ta nyin sate kono.
Am famalum nu imamoti o banta 15 December 2014.
My father was the Imam. He passed away on the 15th of December 2014.
Okay, 17th of December 2014 natante ke imamoti.
And on the 17th of December 2014, I was made the Imam.
Prior to becoming Imam in December 2014,
Ako janibe almame ya tala December kono 2014.
did you assist your father in his duties as Imam of Jambur?
Ako foye fama makoyle nun ala alkaliya do ko to Jambur sate oto jang.
Fama tata kebayata ntel ka doko kay jamion to ntel ka salindro kay kama ko je.
Yes, it got to a point where my father was too old, so I used to help to lead the prayers in the mosque.
And do you recall how long before he passed away that you started assisting him in his role as Imam?
Fo isi hakilo sa mutale wato men alaya minjio doya hanfo ite almamiya damuta wala ite yo amako yo damuta sanjumale almamiyato.
Antenga damo ta songo min purkate makoy.
Aha.
Waye sanji tan lulu sire jannabe banna.
When I started to assist him, it was almost 15 years before he passed on.
Prior to becoming Imam, were you involved in any kind of political activity?
ako janni be kala alimamoti fo inene dunta politique ko to le banko ila alla jang
ani manke politician nde sama senolo mun na hajode.
No, I'm not a politician. Farming is my business.
Have you had any problems with any members or supporters of any political parties?
ako fo inene kole ya kusotole inin politique parti la molu wala sike politique parti wo parti fo ni la molu si kudu nyotema
Ha wonena sotota.
Yes, that once happened.
Can you please tell us about that?
betun haketu yewo fonyen aketa nyamin
Akita 2001 bring President Carter Fayo kita.
It happened in 2001 after the presidential elections.
O Yaya Jammeh winta.
Yaya Jammeh won.
Dum kilin sotota mbe larin na bentan to nimmol be larin je mbe fonyo batola je.
One day I was lying outside outside of my house. I was there with some people at the Banta bar.
Sudolom.
It was in the night.
O sinoy mo jamataje.
Many people fell asleep.
Green boy son nata.
Then the Green Boys came.
Kana kantenyin mol kono foyenje je ye karwaso ta kalli palli banje.
They sought me out from the crowd until they found me, and then they brought out whips and they were beating me up with them.
O green boy solo aseke nga modolu loy konole.
Those Green Boys, it is possible that I know some of them.
But wolu wolunto mi ye lead memui la nyaton koti e ka final lalwa konte.
Because that day, the one that led them, they call him Lalua Conte.
Abe farabale.
He's from Faraba.
Ole nyaton kaya.
He led them.
O sudo ndoma nata nta ndoma mu police wala te ka fa Usman Bojang.
That night, my younger brother, who is a police officer, his name is Osman Bojang,
Ponye purungata police purkata nying case sambaje ka report je.
told me that we should go to the police so that we could report this incident.
Dada Birkama station odo.
We went to the Brikama station.
Nganying report o dila je.
We gave this report to them,
Bari man kuta kuokono.
but they did not do anything about it.
Ngela joya miraro to miya tinne manna wale manku tamanda kuokono.
According to my little knowledge, I think the reason why they did not do anything about it,
Darin koino ko green boy solo.
it is because I told them it was the Green Boys.
Do green boy solo ye tarado ko da dawda ni ya jamel katara linkire.
And those Green Boys, wherever you found them operating, they are always in link with Yaya Jammeh.
Amira wale atina police wal man hani purka step ta ko.
I think that was the reason why the police were afraid of doing anything about the case.
Wayen soto ji o ko kono.
That happened.
You said that this occurred after the 2001 elections when the Green Boys came and started beating you.
yenyum foko birin 2001 carte fayo butalalem green boys ulunata e utumolem ye nyilli parokela
Ha.
Yes.
You've told us who the Green Boys were, but do you know why you were targeted?
ako yalon green boys ulu mene yake bari isinyum fono nyene ete fonla miraroto munanna yete nyinin ye nyalo ite kam foy kelipa
Yalo manke protection di intemu senelality. Bari mbuka ya jame support dal hani.
You know, I am not a politician, I'm a farmer, but I never supported Yaya Jammeh.
So you believe the reason why the Green Boys targeted you was because you did not support then President Yaya Jammeh?
ako bitun silang ko munyineti ko ye isobita nyina la ko wairi ite mantara lari Yaya Jammeh kan wo dalilo le ya sabu green boys ulu ye nyaalo ite kan
Ndela miraro e wole din.
That is what I can perceive.
And what led you to that conclusion?
ako mune ya sabu ila miraro yo soto yo mira
Yalo, what time ni momo buka ya jame support? Is it trouble on you no what or what?
At that time, anyone that did not support Yaya Jammeh, they will find ways of finding trouble with you.
And at that time in 2001, you were assisting your father, the then imam, with his duties. Is that right?
Akondu wo tembo 2001 sango kono wayatarle ya damu tafoka pare purke ifama mako almami ya dokuwala.
Yes, at that time I was assisting my father in his responsibilities as an imam.
You mentioned that the Green Boys were led by a certain Langnua Conte from Faraba Banta.
Yenyum foko wo Green Boys solu moye nyaton kaya ika fo meye lallua konte membota Faraba Banta.
Yes.
Do you recall if he held any position of authority at that time?
Fodum wo tembo isi yenyul lonne ko palasi babulu mensike kantiya palasoti.
Ito la katambi Green Boys wali nyato de malon kantiya memba wala fo atele ke wo atele mwila wo timo la nyaton kote de ka fanyami. Hello Green Boys, hello timo min nata jam.
Well, they used to lead the Green Boys. I don't know, but perhaps he was the one who was heading that team that came here that night.
You said that after this incident was reported at the Brikama police station,
yenyum foko brinyin kuoketa aliye kumonyin samba Brikama police dinkira nyinto.
They did not take any action, and you believe it's because you complained about the Green Boys.
Ako bitung polisolu manna kokundin tamandi je katu ya foko wairi Green Boys or lem.
Yes.
Just to clarify, did they take any kind of measure after the day that you reported the incident?
Ako purka ko senandi fodum ye sila tale bang mensike hakiltu siloti bring wo kuoketa kata akola nyina.
No, they took no steps at all.
Apart from that incident after the 2001 elections, did you have any further interactions or altercations with the Green Boys?
Ako fo anata soto le kotake bang inin Green Boys solu si dunyola wala isi kusambe kan kotake menni o kufolo takilin.
Bera bota wola ning Green Boys sol nene mang ikafo nene mang kujote bari mo kilim fana nene sotata nung ya 2006 karte fayo kola model fana nene natang atakin na suo kono bari ku kola nata lonko particular dabe ko kono kanto hanina dipte impolpita ko kono.
After the incident with the Green Boys, I never had any other incident with them. But after the 2006 presidential elections, somebody visited me, and later on, I got to know that it had a political connotation. In fact, our MP at the time was also involved in that issue.
Can you tell us a bit more about that? Who was your MP at the time and what happened?
Ako odo ofanang keta nyaming afonyeng aning utumo mune keta aning fanang jumale mala dipite ote utumo.
The way that case happened, we went to our rice fields to farm with a tractor.
Within 7 o'clock,
From 7 in the evening until 1 a.m., we were in the farm, farming. We returned from the rice field, from our plowing, 1:30, back to the village. I went to fetch water so that I could take bath. I heard somebody calling my name inside the vehicle, inside the village, and he was approaching and he was insulting my mother. I said, but I do not know who is insulting my mother like this. Those that we returned from the farm that early morning also heard this individual insulting my mother. And they came to me and asked me, who is this that is insulting your mother? And I told them, in fact, I don't also know who it is. At that time, the individual was by the Bantaba, this side. I heard the insult. I heard him insulting my mother, and his voice was getting closer and closer to my house. He was approaching my house. Those that I was with said to me, but this individual who is insulting your mother and approaching like this to your house, go ahead and meet up with him. But I said to them, no, it is not necessary. Allow him to come in. And I told them, in fact, all of you leave my house now. Just go and leave me alone. All of them dispersed. He came up to my house. So I also took a stick ready for him. I saw him with a knife in hand. I hit him on that hand that held the knife, and it broke twice. But that individual was in fact a stranger in the village. It was after that I got to know that in fact he was a stranger. They went to the police and reported me there. In the morning, the police came and they picked me up. But when they asked me, I gave them a whole statement. But at that time, the boy was not there. They said they had taken him to the hospital to treat his hand. But I was detained at the police station there. I was there until after 2. Then I saw a NP arrive who was Paul Mendy and Haja Fatou Cisse. They came and got into the office with the SO. Whatever they discussed there, I did not know. But when they came out and left for home, the SO called me. He said to me, he asked me, is this a political issue? Because as I see it, this is not a political issue. But what is making this your political people involved in this case? He said to me that he was instructed not to release me. He said to me that he was being asked to detain me there in the cell because I am the one individual who used to mobilize the people in Jambur to ensure that the APRC does not win there. That SO's name was Idris Abaji. I said to the SO, but you should have informed me about this earlier on before they left. I said to him, if you had informed me before they left, what I was going to do with them also was going to happen here. The SO said to me, no, please check hard. I was there until after the evening prayers. The SO said to me, that this was not a case which warranted him detaining me and keeping me there. He said to me, but this is a political issue. It's politics that is operating in the country. He said to me, these politicians that have now involved themselves in this case, if I released you here and you return back home to Jambur, if anybody is to see you there, they will call them and inform them that you were back home in Jambur. And he said to me, this could lead to me losing my job. He said to me, but you will not spend the night here. You said to me, you said your brother is in Kabafita in Brikama. Go and spend the night with him there and then return back here in the morning. He said to me, if they come in the morning and find you here, they will have the impression that, in fact, you spent the night here. That was when I came to realize that, in fact, politics was now in the whole of this matter. That was how my case and this individual transpired.
So, Imam, correct me if I'm wrong.
Imam, akonim filita isintilindi.
A stranger came to your village of Jambur and insulted your mother and tried to attack you.
Ako luntango nata sate kono anyimari ye banen kabirim bantafa nata ila suokono abe banen kang.
It was only after you tried to defend yourself and ended up at the police station that you realized this had a political motive.
Akondung birinyin nata jorango babulu ite fanang ifintita puruke fantankandi hanufo yo liparo kala bitung inate fanje police Brikama station oto.
Yes.
You mentioned Haja Fatou Cisse, who was there, who went to the SO of the police station with someone else.
Ye Haja Fatou Cisse tofo wole ni modo tata SO ya Brikama police je.
Nina MP deputy tata je Paul Mendy.
Yes, she went there with our MP Paul Mendy.
And you said that you were detained at the police station for 1 day.
Yenyim foko yesin the police station oto je hanu for tilikilling.
Yes.
And it was only upon speaking to the SO that you realized that the reason why you were kept there was because you're one of the people who would mobilize against the APRC in Jambur. That was the allegation.
Akobitung inning SO la dia mokono. Utumo long inata long ko. Yara political benin kokono katu ye nyi yitandi ko. Itele moti menka molu kodindi mansakunda pati ola Jambur sate okono jang.
Yes.
Before we move on to the next topic, I just want to take you back to the first incident of 2001.
Akoja ningata karadola alafte murundi la koma domanding ku menketanun 2001.
After the Green Boys attacked you and beat you with whips, did you suffer any injuries?
Ako Green Boys yolo liparo kela in Karawasulu fo baramoso ton tele menkete bala.
Karawasi liparo loma embalo limbere blado bijay woli feteng ntado loptano found kaboro nyinije.
Yes, the whips wounded me at some places. It tore my skin and I had to go to the hospital to seek medication.
Can you describe the types of injuries? You mentioned that it tore your skin. Was there any other type of injury that you sustained?
Ako ibalo damenu farata ulukola fo barama dokete balale bang mensike ku dimindi mensi dimindi.
Hani wo bala lipar bala dimolo.
No, it was just the pain of the beating, and that was internal.
And which part of your body sustained injuries?
Ibalo mintoma fanne baramolu soto.
Kabonte to kanan counter jango yo be lipale.
From my waist coming to my neck, all of those areas were beaten.
So I'd now like to move on to the witch hunt incident of 2009.
Ako saying alafta saun na kata wo buade makolu to menketa 2009 sankono.
In 2009, you would have still been assisting your father in his role as Imam of Jambur.
Ako 2009 sankono wo wato ñanta tarlale hanim bi ibe fama makoy kan almame ya kulula jambur sate kono
Yes.
Can you tell us what happened in Jambur when the witch hunters came to the village?
silang afonye jambur sate to jam mun kule keta jang birin wo buwa de malalu nata e dun ta sate kono jambur
bismillah atembe talung min fede nta alung fono la nyinata alung lale nung date min fanamu nyinata wo fananale.
I cannot recall the exact date that they came here and the day they came here, as well as the date. That day I had visitors. My mother passed on here, where I was educated from in Casamas. They came to pay their condolences here. Two individuals came from Casamas, one came from Katong, and all of them came here. Then we had the sound of drums coming from the Bantaba end.
But
at that time, what was happening, I was not aware.
But kukola nata mwe ndomala ko inata suo konole mpamaya imamoya.
But after that, I came to hear from my brother that they had come to the house to my father.
Ikompamaya ko ya jame moleki nanjang kana dua kesate.
They said to my father that some people were being sent here by Yaya Jame to pray for the community.
But ista purita mabejeta dua daele.
But that he should go there and open the meeting with a prayer. I was not living in the same house with my father. My father called my younger brother, said to him, go and open this meeting and do the prayers for them. He narrated to me that once he got to the Bantaba and they opened the prayers to the meeting, he said to him that they should go to the cemetery because there are certain things which they had to use to perform the charity, and they had to be slaughtered at the cemetery. He said once they got to the cemetery, he said they dug a hole. He said after they dug the hole, they killed a red cock and they put it inside that hole. They then went on to slaughter a red goat and they put the blood of that goat inside that hole. He said there was also something, a liquid in a bottle, which they also took and poured inside the hole. He said that it was after that that they returned back to the Bantaba here.
But jeto yela manyali kijele ko nimiye ya jamme jampa nyinsate kono ibe halakilale ko ibe ko kunne min duaja bebe den kunne te kundole.
But at the cemetery they did their own activities, they performed their own rituals, and they said that if anybody wanted to betray Yaya Jame, you'll be cursed.
ko bili nada banta bato jang
So when they returned back to the Bantaba,
ndela lunta on min beya nga konton lo ndi wole pour nga konton
the visitors that I had in my house, I brought out lunch so that we could eat.
nga modi je fari na sokon
And I saw people fill up in my house.
do ni fe wulawlo
Some came dressed in red.
fam felen dawon nim binol be la nyin don ka wulawol bala
They had mirrors on their dress and they also had horns.
green boys will be fari noma
The green boys were also many behind them.
sojar wol fana dol be noma bari nga sojar kilin sute je solo boja wo be noma je
Soldiers also were there following them, but there is one soldier that I recognize, Solo Bojang.
anen o time o memo alkalo ti jang o fanambe inde o fanambe siloka
And that time also, the one that was the Alcalo here was also with them.
ifata na sokon
They filled up my house.
e salam e ko salamu alaikum
They greeted.
nge jabe konoto
I answered them from the inside.
e ko nyen nate tele
They said to me, "We have come to you."
mfunti ta bantate
I came out like this.
e ko nya hani ngata bun kono nsola ta milu la wolbe la bun la kono
They said to me, "No, let's return back inside the house. The people that we need are inside the house."
nko entela bun kono e ko ha
I asked them inside my house, and they said yes.
itata na salo to je luntangol be sirinje
They went to my sitting room where the strangers were seated,
yo sirangol koto be fanyal kadulal be jibe
and they inspected all of those seats under everywhere, checked everywhere, all over the place.
e ko ka fenne ngene
They said they were looking out for something.
itata na la dula konoto
They went inside my bedroom.
yo to fanam be janjang kalaram be janjang
They checked all over the place, moved the bed all over the place.
e ko ka fenne ngene
They said they were looking for something.
itata na jonkon kono
They went to my bathroom.
but wo jonkon nyin nay local jonkon lo abe kene balo to ten nyin jonkon fenkol
But this bathroom was the local ones we usually have, out detached from the main house.
nga sila pola ndi jete nte kan ku wo sila pola kan
I had placed a slab there where I used to take my bath on.
itata forward
They went up to there.
ibeje
They were there.
yente commande
Then they called me.
konya nana
They said to me, "Come."
ndata mfutate maje
I went up to where they were.
e konya ko yedda barole dada
They told me you've made a dangerous juju.
burka niaje nyin sate fondin kilimang kayra soto nyin sate fondin kilimang firing alton nal nyongol dom
The reason why there has been no progress for the youth in this village is because of people like you and others who are just like you.
yela manyarol kije yela manya sial kije
They did their things there and they behaved and did many other things there.
ye wasila po wulindi
They raised up that slab.
ye fem manyaran ke dole be ye fem manyaran ke dole bondije
They took out something from under that slab.
e konye ko tele nyin dabaro kejang
They told me this is the bad juju that you put here.
e konya chika ninga ta banta bato
They told me take it up and let's go to the Bantaba.
wodula to ndiya muta
I talked to them there.
ngoy konde se fen sangaro dada anse dabaro dada nganante fan kanku o kanjang
I told them, how can I prepare a bad juju and put it here where I used to take bath?
e konya ngata
They said, no, let's go.
sa ni be fundila
So when I was going out with them,
fo fundita nan fo baranda to jimbang to je
we came out up to the veranda.
yenye nan kay lay luntan bota min tole
They asked me, who are these strangers? Where are they from?
ngoy ko i bota kasa masele inata sanga konton la jang
I told them they are from Casamas. They came here to pay condolences to me here.
na alkalo ko e ko
The alcalo told them that
akoy ko nyinna kam morol kumandi nan kasa masi kana ka dabaro dada purka ya jamela man siatinya
the alcalo told them that this man is the person who makes these bad jujus so that Yaya Jammeh's leadership can have problems.
akonyu nata wala jang ali be samba
This is why they are here. Take them all. This is how myself and all those visitors, we were all taken to the Bantaba. Then we all came to the Bantaba here.
Imam, before you tell us what happened at the Bantaba, I would like to ask a few follow-up questions so that we can better understand what you've just told us. You said that you did not live in the same house as your father, who was Imam at the time. However, it was your brother who told you what happened at your father's residence as well as what happened at the cemetery. From what your brother told you, prior to the day that the witch hunters arrived in Jambur village, was your father informed that they would be coming to Jambur?
No, I've never heard it.
Was that normal?
That was how they did it. They had the power.
Whenever visitors came to Jambur, was your father notified in advance of their presence?
Ning luntandolu bina jamburu jang fo ika fo fama yenne ko wul bina la jang janning ila natema ha ka kibaro dile.
Yes, they give the information.
But on this particular occasion, he was not informed. Is that right?
Abari nyin silo dung imang kibar kinang ifama e fo aketa wala nyama.
Hani imang kibaro kibare diala fo biri natalamu inatalu akunta tonka fa heko.
No, they did not give him any information. It was after when they arrived, that was when they came and informed him.
You told us that your brother accompanied these people to the cemetery.
Ya fanyan koy do male ningo molu tata bade koto.
And
yes, my brother went with them.
And you told us that at the cemetery they killed a red goat and a red cock.
And yenyum foko bade koto je ye sisi wulengo le faje anim ba wulengo.
Yes, I was given that information that a red cock and a red goat were killed at the cemetery. Because I was not present there.
And from what your brother told you, the red cock was buried along with the blood of the red goat.
Akondu edoma memfoye yo sisi wulengo memfaje ayelo ketala o dinkirato andu yo ba wulengo mem fanam faje ya yelo beke o dinkira kilingoleto.
As well as a liquid that was also poured into the hole.
Ani nata jio mem fananta ka yelema o dinko kono.
That was how it happened.
Do you know what happened to the red goat itself? Did they take it away or did they do something else to it?
Ba wulengo nying fo inata fo ine ya Kenya mimbang fo inata tale bang fo ya Kenya dile.
Ndoma ko sise wulengo yo sare jere barba yo bulandi moto kono ni wota ya wala yelo damang yo la kidinko kono biri ya kanade yelo.
My brother told me that the red cock was buried there, but the red goat was put onto a vehicle and taken away by these people.
You said that from what your brother told you, after this ritual, they said that if anyone wanted to betray Yaya Jammeh, they would be cursed.
Yenyum foko edoma yenyum fo enko e jelemo iko momondi lafta Yaya Jammeh jamfala amonta imari be halakilale.
Ha. Yes.
Apart from that, did he tell you anything else about what happened at the cemetery?
Akona manke wote fo fo kudo se ke bade ko to jebang.
Na manke wote hana ye kol min beta mandi la silol kan ni tata damento no in blanda mante concentrate wo damanala.
This was what he told me, how they did other things in their way. That was not, I was not after that. This was where I concentrated on.
And do you recall some of the other things that they did in their way, as you put it?
Ako yo kolu menu kije fo hani kukilim bijele bang isi mem fono yo manyalu menu ke kaburo je.
ye manyal men ke kaburo
ha
na man ken nyimba kadin ko sen ka bafa ka sise faje ka fenko bonje ka isareje na man ko de hanin man ko kalam dai
Nothing else other than the killing of the cock and the goat and the burying of the cock and the blood. That was all that I was aware of.
Do you know if any member of the community in Jambur was made to do anything at the cemetery?
ako jambur molu menu bi jang fo wo molu kono fo mo soto ndale baye membula kula wala ya kerindi kula wo kaburo to je wolum
mamma be je de fon ndoma memma be ta je mfama to yala yola bula kanaterol
I was not present there, but my brother, who was present there, who represented my father, was the one that was asked to do the killing.
He was asked to do the killing, is that right?
ako amunda yola bula kanaterola fo lembang
e ko aketa wala nyam
Yes, they said that was what happened.
Did he tell you if he was asked to do anything else apart from that?
faya fo ne bang ya bula kudola la se menke je kanatero kola
hane
No.
You told us that after this, these witch hunters came to your residence.
yenyum fonyen ko biri wo botala lom nyim boade malala natana kanete fangola bungoto
Yes.
You told us that there were people dressed in red who had mirrors and I believe you said horns as well.
ya foko bitung wolu melu nata je ye fengulengol le dum fam felen dangolu be bulu aning binolu e melu be bulu ni wolle nata je
Yes.
Do you recall how many of them were dressed in red on that day?
fo yakilo samuta bang mo jelle wo fengulengolu dum wolum
mo saba
3 individuals.
You also mentioned the Green Boys.
ye green boys wol fana la kumo fole
wal fanal be wala ke isembentu ya ni wala kata
Yes, they were the ones that were empowering them. They were the ones that moved along with them.
Can you describe what they were wearing on that day?
ako fo sa fo no nye ye fem façon juma nyol le dum wolum
kutu jamba kero lo ma nin don ka jamba kero nin na fa jamba kero
They had green trousers, green shirts, and green caps.
You also mentioned that they were led by Solo Bojang, is that right?
yenyum fana foko me ye nyaton kaya e ka fo le solo bojang fo lembang
wala keta
Yes, that was what happened.
You said you recognized Solo Bojang because you had seen him before that day.
eko ye solo bojang sute kato inene ya jele janni wolungo be sila
Yes.
Can you tell us how you were able to recognize Solo Bojang? Had you had any previous interactions with him? for
ako
example?
ye solo bojang sute nyaadi le fo kunele dunta ina tema le bang
solo bojanga sude nyami
ha
kanilla en kata jele
I used to go to Kanilai.
nin tata kanilla
When I go to Kanilai,
ya la suo kono misiro min be loren ala suo fan kono je
inside Yaya Jame's compound, the mosque that is inside the house,
imamo min biji
the imam that was there
nakafunyo malo wo bota banya kanjanne
is my companion, and he's from Banyaka over here.
ngele ka salindro ko misiro to jandimbe bolaje
I used to lead the prayers in that mosque before I leave.
nin solo ka sinyo kan dobije nka hata ke nyokan ngalo wol
We used to sit down in the same place with Solo, and sometimes we even brew attire together. I know him.
Do you know what kind of role Solo Bojang held at the time?
fo yalo ne ban solo boja wo time wo wato alo dula mu muneti
nganyil lon mala do fenko fangolon de bari ngayil lon ko nakita ya ala bakile
I don't know what his role was, but I know that he was someone that was very close to Yaya Jame.
You mentioned that apart from Solo Bojang, the Alcalo at the time was also with the group. Is that right?
yenyum foko solo bojang kola sato alkalo fanan ni molbe sila kilingule kan
Yes,
to legia
he hosted them.
Can you tell us the name of the Alcalo at the time?
otumo alkalo nyin ato fo nyabang
wotumo nu ntolla jang membe alkaliale ka fa keba juju bojang
At that time, the one who was at the Alcalo was called Keba Juju Bojang.
And Imam, I know it's very hot here, but don't forget that there's a bottle of water next to you.
Ako imam ngalong ko jang akan ditale bari jiyo fele loring idala je.
Bismillah.
Apart from the groups that you've mentioned and the individuals you've mentioned, were there any armed men with this group?
Ako ye molu menu fo ye menu tolu fo teng ani ini menu nata nyola wonya fo modolu fana lu bijele mo si menu je ko fo jorangolu sitara menu bulu.
Hani binan na sokono wato minna.
No.
Man joranje mo bulu ci.
At the time that they came to my house, I did not see anyone with any weapons.
You said after they searched your entire house, they went outside to the bathroom that was located outside.
Eko biri ye labungo kono be visite kaje be jibe otumole na taboje katela jonkon to kudulato.
Ha.
Yes.
You said they discovered jujus under the slab and then told you that these were very dangerous jujus.
Eko eke ku slabo men kan biri yo wulindilom ye fem bondije me yalon ko eko musafe jawolti dabaro yewle bondije.
Ha.
Yes.
You said that you asked them why you would place something like that under where you take a shower. Were you surprised when they said they found jujus there?
Ako yenyum foko ye fem bondije mem musafoti we ko mem korteti fodum biri yo bondi ya fenne mun safe fason nem.
Hani ma fo nyamene fason mode.
No, they did not tell me what type of juju it was.
But were you surprised that they discovered the jujus where they said they discovered it? Was that a surprise?
Fonyin kete tere makolti yo fengo mem bondije ayetere ne bang.
O kedan de tere makulati kanun de makiji.
That was a surprise to me because I did not put it there.
Do you know why they came to your house in particular?
Ya lon ne fango dalilo mem fango ya kendi inata foila bungoto.
Ma dalilo lon bar jamburun kolle alkalo le be nyato wala je pointi.
I don't know what the reason was, but they were led by the alcalde of Jambur and he pointed them to me.
You said that on that particular day you had 2 visitors from Casamas and 1 from Katong who came to pay respects to you because you had lost your mother.
Ako wolun yekuluntango lusoto mo fula bota Casamas mo kilim bota Katong men yalon ko inata sanga kontongol la katu weyatara ibama bantanu.
Ha.
Yes.
You said that those 3 individuals were also taken along with you to the Bantaba.
Ya foko womo sabolu woluntango lu fanalu yolu fanalu mutale ye teni wolu bele samba nyola bantabato.
Ha ankay aketa wala nya.
Yes.
Do you know why your visitors were also picked out and taken to the Bantaba?
Foya lonne mun dalile le ya sabu ye la woluntango lu fanalu muta ke iteni wolu be samba nyola bantabato.
Na le kalo ko ntele wol bonde Casamance ngi samananjang pour kanaya jamela mansayatinya.
Our alcalde said that I was the one who invited them from Casamas to bring them here so that they could come and destroy Jammeh's government.
When you were, prior to arriving at the Bantaba, did you stop at any other house with the group that you were with?
Biring ali wulta kata bantabato. Fodum ali lota dulato le silo kambang janal be futa la bantabato.
Hani yende samanan yen sindi bantabato idunta sate kono kotake ni nate modolo doli sindi bantabato modolo bijanne.
No, I was brought from my house and taken to the Bantaba and made to sit down, and then they left and went into the village and began to bring people to the Bantaba. Some of them are here present.
Can you tell us about the situation at the Bantaba?
Afonya wotumo bantabato kulu beje nyadile.
Wotumo ntelo be futala je nga tantango tata kosila je.
By the time we
yentol
arrived,
samba yen sindi banko to ko sidu ngaje.
but by the time we arrived, we met, there was a lot of drumming, but they asked us to go and sit on the floor.
And what about the other people that you met there? Were there a lot of people who were detained and told to sit on the floor?
akoye modolu menu traje fodu mo jamal le mu ye menu muta inata yolu fanalu sindi duma ko ya telu sindi duma nyame
antenga tara mo man siaje barbirin tinata ndenena woluntanlu wo kole dunta sate kono mo jamal nata na inata mo jamal samana.
When I arrived with those visitors, there were not many people. But after we were seated there on the ground and they went into the village, then they began to bring in a lot of people.
Do you recall some of the people who were also detained with you at the Bantaba?
foy hakilo sibula modolu lale ye nimbelu mutanyola kali sindi duma Bantaba to je
Mo siata.
There were many people.
Kandu mini ya akonti dolka for fata for mota warning fulanyong.
Those that counted said there were almost up to 82 individuals who came from this place.
I believe you said 62,
62,
is that correct?
62.
Yeah.
Can you tell us how, who are the people who counted the individuals who were detained at Jambur?
afanya utumo jumanyo le fango molu konti yo molu menu mutawonya
Nga kibaro soto ablay bojambulu nga mela molbe be recordri wo bulle ablay bojang wo mol sapere.
I got that information from Ablai Bojang. I think he has the records.
And do you recall when Abdullah Bojang made this list?
akufo hakilo sibula le ablay bojang ayo molu menu record wonya menu safe ayade da wati jumale
Birin yin ko keta nyame na te ako safe yalo modo decide safe.
I think this was as the events were unfolding.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
I think this happened as the incident was happening.
Do you know where Abdullah Bojang is presently?
akufo ablay bojang tara dinkiraro ne bambe yin tembo mento
Be jambur jana barakata do ko la fa atata do ko la biba ma bar jambur dingulam sabar nja.
He's a resident of Jambur. He's here, but I'm not sure whether he is going to work or not.
Apart from you, was any other member of your family detained at the Bantaba in Jambur?
ite kungo fango kola ila dimbaya lukono ibadi nsutum lukono foy modo fana mutale ke sindi Bantaba to je wolu njamburu
Ha
Yes.
Tell us who.
afonye nje jumale muta ila molu kono
ntenena luntan be sirim banda bato nata jëm fama fam memu imam ratiboti yo fanan samana.
While I was sitting down there with my visitors, I then saw my own father, who was the imam, being brought in.
Mfama doma yo fanan samana.
My father's younger brother too was brought.
Adoma fulanyam fana yo fanan samana.
My brother too was brought.
Dol be bota sukil wona kon.
All of us are from the same family.
Do you recall around what time of the day this was when you arrived at the Bantaba?
akufo hakilo sibula la tilo wati jumalo nyinti watu me itafuta Bantaba
Salfana salkola don comme kabo talanfula kada talan sabakando.
It would be between 2 and 3 p.m.
And do you recall for how long you stayed at the Bantaba sitting on the floor?
akufo hakilo sibula la aliyo wati jelle ke siring dumaje Bantaba to yali sindi dame
Mbijanna fo alansaro salta janna 5 o'clock mata yo kola le 5 o'clock salary kola le mbota jang.
We were here until 5 o'clock. After the 5 o'clock prayers, that was when we left.
So can you tell us about how you left Jambur?
afonye sai alnata bojang nyadi le kabojamburu jang
Yembe bulandi boso lo kono.
We were all boarded into a bus.
And do you know where the bus was headed to?
yalon le
Or where it
boso
went?
nyin bilal bota jay tata min tole
Biri be mbondi la jantol male kan sambada me nga tilinyin silo la bari ntata mfango je kolole. Iko je mkolole ti yen samba word.
When we were leaving, we did not know where we were heading to, but we just took this road. And then we found ourselves at a place that they said was called Kololi.
Imam, you told us that Abdullah Bojang prepared a list and there were about 62 individuals.
imam ya nyim fonyen ko ablay bojang ay kayto safele adunga itata la han fo mota woro nim fula menu safeta
Ayolo.
Yes, that was what they said.
I want to focus on the individuals who were in the bus. Do you recall if there were only men or were there women as well?
Ako sa in lafta jube la molu menu ye bulandi boso kono kelu doronne bije bang fo musolu fanal be kono kel ne musol belo
There were men.
Chapo pang kanyan telephone.
There were men and women. I can even say that we were almost even in number.
And apart from men and women, do you recall if there were any children in that group?
Ako musol nin kelu kola menu be boso kono fo hakilo samata ko fo dindingulu fanam bije le bang.
Molu min tata yemini samba.
The people that they took away.
Yes.
Naman ke mo kilinti lamin bojang. Naman ko tin sa fontelo ni mo be kono dindiwde.
If not one individual called Lamin Bojang, I can say that amongst all these individuals, I was the youngest. All these men were elderly and the women too were elderly.
And at that time, you would have been in your late 40s, if I'm not mistaken.
Ako tembodung asikeko ebe sanji tanani nimfeng na tara amamfili.
Yes.
And from what you've said, the individuals who were arrested and detained were older than you, apart from this Lamin Bojang.
Ako yinyum foko Lamin Bojang kola anite fango womo to malumen bije wulu base yat etetile.
Yes.
Can you tell us what before that, apart from the people who were detained, do you recall who else was on that bus with you?
Ako molu menu yemuta wulu kola foi hakilo samuta ko fo modo fanam bali fele boso kono je mo mutari ngulu kola.
Green boys will be fejele.
The green boys were there in our midst.
Ani motodo fanam ben no ma sojarol bo kono.
There was also
solo bojandi sojarol mininata.
There was also a vehicle following us. The soldiers were there. The soldiers that came with Solo Bojang.
Can you just give us the names of your younger brother who led the witch hunters to the cemetery, the Jambur cemetery?
Fo isi doma to fononye menta mbita aniwo we buade malalu tata kata bade koto.
Ekafai Bubakar Bojang.
He's called Bubakar Bojang.
And the individuals from your family who were also detained, you mentioned, I believe, your father as well as your father's younger brother.
Ya fo fananko molu menu ye muta je wonya itela mulla karola ye ifama muta anadoma yolu fanal muta leke kafu molu ma menu muta.
Yes.
Can you give us their names, please?
Ul fanalu tolu fonye bang.
Imam Karamo Bojang.
My father's name is Imam Karamo Bojang.
And your father's brother's name?
Adoma Ikafoe Arafaya Bojang.
The younger brother is called Arafang Yaya Bojang.
Pulanjang Jarkunda Bojang.
The second one, Jarkunda Bojang.
Ibemu the same father, you'll be somebody.
All of them share the same father, and they were all taken.
Imam, can you tell us what happened when you arrived at Kololi?
Imam afanyeng silambri ya lisamba fali futata Kololi muneketa.
Bilim futata Kololi.
When we arrived at Kololi,
yen sambe konga ngarang benga bulanyo na ngarang.
they asked us to line up.
Many bentenyato de minkete la de manfelong. What?
Those that are in front of me, what happened to them, I cannot tell.
But being wrong for that antema.
But when it was my turn on the line, I went inside the room. I found a soldier standing. He had a gun. These individuals who were dressed in red, two of them were standing. They had two buckets that were placed there.
do jiomin ba kono
The other one, the liquid that was in it,
ye jambolo li akono bisun jambo min kilimu ma jambalo bar jiobe fa be jamba kerata.
they put leaves there, but I don't know what kind of leaves that they were, but the water changed almost to the color of the leaves.
Jido
The other water,
wo fanan man seneyade bari wala fanan seneyata ñing folo ñindo wote.
that one too was not very pure, but it was a little bit purer than the other one.
Yo mimbe norin wo jio mimbe norin ten
The one that had these herbs in it,
ya ma fa duta
they stirred it.
ye 1 liter kopota ya fande je ko nga bebi.
They took a 1 liter cup and filled it up and asked me to drink it.
Biri nga commencé mi wala
When I started drinking it,
ñamol min ba kono
the little grass that was in it,
nkomba bondi la ke fay
I said I was going to remove them to throw them away.
e kon kana fay ko nga ñimi nga kono.
They said I should not throw them away. I should chew them and swallow.
No nga beke wala ñama.
And I did it exactly like that.
But biri la kurata wo mi ngola
But after I was done with the drinking,
ko nga naddo ko wura
they asked me to remove my shirt.
e ko nye kurtudo be la dumal banko ha
They asked me if I had an underpants, and I said yes.
ko nga kurtu santon ko wura
They asked me to remove my trouser.
wo jido min bo panado kono
The other water, which was in the other bucket,
fangol ka bi kanku ala ka son kan jibara jebe sumyar
they took that water themselves and they were pouring it on me and bathing me, but that water was cold.
biri yanku wala foy la kurata
After they washed me with that water until they were done,
o do min kante ku
and those people that were bathing me with that water,
hanante min mo dinno te nyin ka fokon
even myself, who was the youngest amongst the group that came,
ngel financiata world
I was also older than them.
biri la kurata
After they were done,
ko nga naddo ko do ngane na kurto
they asked me to put back on my shirt and trousers.
yen samba
They took me.
sali ba kono ten
There was a big sitting room.
amodo tar sirinje
I found some people sitting down there.
do wato be sumya wato to jang
At that time, it was the cold season.
ko nga si taylo kanje yen sindo taylo
They asked us to sit on the tiles. That was where we were seated.
ndese ninse fem fono moyje
If I can tell anybody about what happened there,
nam fon kala muto keta wollete
my consciousness was only on these things I have said.
si wo taylo kan
Sitting on those tiles,
majiki atambita minute lulo la nam fon kala muto
I don't think that I was conscious for more than 5 minutes after that.
bida bota wola fawo samo tala woro la koteke wo kola le nata long fo mo le mbulo mute konye na ita bula muto kono nga seina
After that time, until 7 o'clock the following day, in fact, it was people who came and held my hand and told me, come and board the vehicle and go.
min kedan na jeo
But whatever happened to me at that place,
nte kunte kuma fono la moy wo konto kono
I cannot personally tell anybody about that. Yes.
You told us that you left Jambur around 5 p.m.
yenyim fo nyanko albota jambur tela lulu wato ma fangol
ha
Yes.
and drove to Kololi.
altata kololi
ha
Yes.
You told us that you remained at that place in Kololi until around 7 p.m. the next day.
ko albe wol donum hani fo asamo tala woro lawraro
ha
Yes.
Did your father or anyone else who was with you tell you about what happened during the period that you lost consciousness?
ako ifa bang wala fo mosi soto no molu kono je men sa fo e wato men e man boy fan kalama fo ka fo munku ni munku le keta
nga kuma kilin kalamta dem fama ka fonye ko akodo bije
I was aware of one thing. My father said that there were times
konka molla samato chika bondi singutonka fenna arkwano dinankata nkata arkona karamol.
That I used to take people's shoes from their feet and tell them, give me my Al-Quran. I was going to lead prayers. But I was not aware of that. But this was narrated to me by my father.
Did you start to regain consciousness before you left Kololi?
Ako, fo silang wo kuo men ketela wanya ka fili famma. Adamu tatale ka boy kunna janibe bola Kololi bang.
Janne manje moy ba ke ko.
Ako, yalo wotumo amunta imam boy fan kalama koteka. So ka boy fan kalama adamu tatale bang janibe bola Kololi.
Ha biri be yembula ni moto kono.
Yes, when I was put inside the vehicle.
Ha ngawo kalamtele.
Yes, I was aware of that.
Kan de biring yen samana fo bantabato jam.
Because when they brought me up to the Bantaba here,
nde fon la tamatan singola yembulo mutade barin mfon la tamatan singola fo na sokon.
I personally walked on my own feet to my house, even though I was held and assisted.
But modol bijede wodol buka tamano de molla ke chika ke samba.
But there were some people who were not able to walk on their own. Their people had to come and carry them to their houses.
Manke konfon la tamatan fon de bar mol yem mutade barin tamatan singola mofula ben kartanta te yem mutate ntamata fo na sokon.
It's not that I walked to my house independently, even though I walked on my own feet, but I was being assisted. People held onto my two hands and they assisted me to walk to my house.
Imam, while you were at Kololi, do you recall seeing any other individuals who were detained apart from the group from Jambur?
Imam, ako wato mangalwe Kololi. Foi hakilo sim nyimuta yomo do fananji jele me ya lonko ya muta menni wo mbolu te kilinti ini menu bondina Jambur.
Hanen tolla futa wato je.
No.
Nka min beje je Jambur nkollo.
By the time we arrived there, all the people that I saw were residents of Jambur.
For biri mantaram fan kalama de fo konto kono de modo sinade bari min kalamuta otumo Jambur nkolle bi.
Except while I was unconscious, they might have brought in other individuals. But while I was conscious, all the people that I saw were people from Jambur here.
You told us about the immediate impact on yourself as well as some other detainees.
Yeah, for you. Ita fango kola aniwo mo kotengo lumenu bije ko men ketela menu bota Jambur ya jele.
You said that some people couldn't walk, others like yourself had to be assisted.
Yeah, for ko modolu fango sotonta je menu man tamano faye ka ulu chikale ke samba ita fango ita mata de bar molle fango ye fana mako e pour que e samba.
Ha. Yes.
Can you tell us a bit more about the long-term impact that this had on you as well as some of the other members of your community as well as your visitors?
Fo isina fono nyebang wo ay mumman tora façon ne si ite fango kungoma ani mo kote ngolu menu ye isamba wonya jang menu be sirin jang ani ite fango la lunta ngolu menu ye ni menu sambanyol
to yan sempon ta fono ani lunta ngolu menu nata ya kantun kila kibaru sotoro wato wati.
Yes, I can narrate my own ordeal plus my visitors because I kept on getting information about them.
But sate kono jammiyo min fanan yemantoro sota ko kono hanni mantar balurin barila mol wolbe jan.
But the people inside the villagers themselves, whatever has happened to them, even if they are not alive to narrate their story, but their relatives are still here who can say something about what happened to them.
No hanni min fanal man kende be sasari.
Even those who are still sick.
Ila mol be jan wolle alon sasa sifa jumalle be nyim molla.
Their people are here because they know what kind of ailment is disturbing these people. Personally, what happened to me? Before my father's death, my one eye had a problem.
Till
the time my father died,
biriye imamu ya dinna
When I was handed the role of the imam
ka salindiro ke jami'on to ka mol salindi jumola
to lead people for prayers at the mosque and even Friday prayers,
woman tambi karkilin fulala
that didn't take 1 to 2 months.
na nyakilon buka je fenko keno
My one eye stopped seeing.
wo problemo bente balala
I still have that problem.
fondoma Bubakar Bojang wala kam fanam mako commentator tam fama mako la nyami bi wala kam mol salindi jumor
Up to the point that my younger brother, Bubakar Bojang, is the person who leads people in prayers nowadays and even for Friday prayers.
I have problem with intela.
I have that problem.
Nada na luntang lebiri seta kasamas.
My visitors, after their return to Casamas,
Kilong karfula sabadrong o sasata.
one of them, after 2 to 3 months, became sick.
Jannin karlulo be banna drong abanda.
Before 5 months, he died
It can be a sambalo piano found abanda world.
because he was later taken to the hospital where he died.
Can you tell us the name of that visitor of yours who passed away after the event?
Ilawo luntamo men saita Casamas wonyana atakuram fabanda atro fonye bang.
Ka fo ina ko keba sedi.
His name is Keba Sidi.
Do you know if prior to what happened at Kololi, he was in good health?
Ako janni ba min dilawo boro la kololi fo amari ala jata kende abana anyama le bang.
Ajato be kende yarne kandu ni ajabe wulla nan birin kasamas kana fo Gambia jan kana san kono jato be kandu fenko lo mati masin karalalo.
He was healthy. That was why he was able to come all the way from Casamas to come here to pay respects for my late mother. East Trade was a tailor by profession.
What about your second visitor from Casamas? What happened to
Ila
him?
luntam fulanjang mem fanam bota Casamas fo ma moy imang akibar soto de ka fo kuketa.
Wato waten na katunyo kibaro moila wo fanan be tembo minto amman kende a sasalo mo kawil ben tembo min faundo last time birala mon nata jang iko pura la telephone number ngakiliro ke je min nyanta la telephone number dilana atata la soko ne ko ben tembo minto amman kende abe la ren siken sorne lepta noto.
That one also, we are always in constant communication, but he also is not well. He's always up and down. In fact, last time when your people came here and they wanted to have his telephone, I called and the person who picked up the telephone told me that he's admitted. And as I speak to you now, he's now admitted at a hospital in Ziganjo.
Can you tell us his name?
Fo isio fananto fo no nyebang.
O fananto mo Lamin Touré.
His name is Lamin Touré.
Do you know if prior to what happened at Kololi, he was in good health?
Ako fo fanan janni ya samba kololi o bori mindula. Fo fanan na jato be kende arne no wotumo.
Fanan jato be kende arne ne ajabe wulla nan birin Casamas kana fo jang. Isalo jato be kende arne num masongol fana mo ngalo minna masongol ma ke bullol lek.
He was healthy. That was why he was able to leave Casamas and come all the way to this place. He was amazing.
And what about your third visitor who was from Katong? What happened to him?
Ila kuluntan sabanjango nyim membota kato fo yo fanan kibar soto le ka fo ko kusikala.
Wo fanan be balurina fele Katong jang.
Yes, he too is alive. He's over there in Katong.
Arimbe in tembo minto wo fana atulo buka fewo fene moy hani ka kachanyo yante chaka noti.
But at this moment that I speak to you, he is hard of hearing, and it is very difficult to have a conversation with him at the moment.
Can you tell us his name?
Wo fananto fo nyebang.
Ahmad Tijani Sedi.
Amadou Tijan Sedi.
Prior to what happened at Kololi, did he have good hearing?
Ako janni ba sambala kololi o bori mindula. Fo kule ba tulol la bang tulol diatal no wotumo bang.
Atulo be diarim. Ani molka hadama ya fengo beki.
His hearing did not have any defects.
You said that other people in the community also suffered other types of impact after you returned.
Yenyum fanyen ko modolu fanalu be alla jama molu kono jang men yalon ko fanalu kulu kete la le birale murutana fom akata wanyale.
Yes.
While we will hear from other witnesses, can you just generally tell us what types of impact you heard in relation to other members of your community?
ako ngalon tumandolu wol fanalu bi molu be soto la le menu bina sede yaro la jambari itela crossiro ni la kil toto fo isa lonno mun ku fason le keta wolu dolu la isa bo men kalama
mo jama bi je wol fatale bari la mol bi janne
Yes.
wol si ila jama bi je wol be kurandi kuran min si sa min si fa bela ila mol le so fono.
Yes, there are some individuals that passed on, but their relatives are here. There are also others who are sick, and they will be in a better position to narrate to you the type of sicknesses that they are experiencing.
Lastly, apart from what you've told us, are you aware of any type of stigma associated with any of these individuals who were taken away to Kololi and termed possible witches and wizards?
yemen fonye jang wolu be kola nyimmolu la karola ye mennu mutateng fodum tesiro wala chodiro sotontale ye menke molu dolula men yalon ko ye mutaw nyake samba kololi men yalon ko dun taman toro kono
yalon fenno mo mi yalon ko aka fobban ko kan nyamin
Yes.
anin ko nyimbe nyamin imankilin.
Yes, this is something which you know that the way it is talked about in the country and the way in which it happened are totally different things.
Bari nyinna ka fobban ko kan ko ye buwalle mutajamburu ye sambal.
Because this is what is always talked about in the country, that witches or wizards were captured in Jambur and taken away.
Bari ko ko to duma potikola bije.
But underneath all of this, there was politics.
Potiki kelo be duma.
This was a political fight that was underneath.
Wala be keri.
That was what was happening.
Perhaps you can say a few words about how the community can move forward from such stigma and association with witches and wizards.
ako bitum fo e fanan isi kuma danta fono kamolu yamari kamolu hakilolu nyinyandi puru jama molu sinyo malu nyanta nyo sambala nyamin mune be kolu bete andila mune be kolu nyinyala ka sinyo ya diandi kolu nyanta tala nyamin.
So you can address that in your final statement.
bitum ila kumo kumfadula isi o kachano moliye.
But for now, I have come to the end of my questions.
Bari nyintembeng atela nyininkaro ayo banne sayin.
I will hand over to the commissioners who may have additional questions.
Sayin abe kumo saundi la commissioner ya asekeno molu bewlu kono menu be lafla ke nyininka.
And then you will be given the opportunity to say a few final words.
Bitun nin commissioner ye nyininka ni obotala utumo long ibe silo dila ite fangola ibe lafla kumo memfola Gambian ko li sate o molu hadama ya la karola ifanansina o kachadi.
Thank you very much for answering my questions, Imam.
Ako Imam inumbara bake yenna nyininkaro jabi anyama.
Mr. Chairman, I hand over to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Emma Council, and thank you, Imam Omar Bojang, for your testimony.
Chairman, Commission Chairman ko inumbara bake Imam andung inimbara yesonta kana sedeyaro la jang.
We're truly sorry the indignities and the humiliations that were meted out to you and your colleagues.
Ako ise haketu ye doyarolu anim man torolu men ya lonko ya la ite kan inin jama molu men ye mutajang ako keta balafati andunga keta nikuyati tonya ise haketu.
It was terribly wrong that these indignities and humiliations were carried out by people who were sponsored by the former president and to a certain extent the state.
Ako nyimmolu men ya lonko yewo kruya kolu tamandi kawo doyaro ning wo mantora façon la molu kan ñilumu molleti men ya lonko banko kanjam mollem adungol fanalu banko president fangole bulo be koto ke dépense pour ñing ku façon la molu kan.
Sorry, you and the Jambur community were at the receiving end of these indignities.
Ise haketo iteni Jambur molu ñi ñom mantora façon nin doyar façon ya la tel kan.
bunda kilimbe je de nginen karo ni si o koindimma.
There is one aspect that I want you to clarify for me.
Ye si duntu wulawni ba wulawni ye mel kanate kabroto.
The red cock and the red goat that were killed at the cemetery, where did they come from?
You also Jambur jane bam for in wol natale.
Did they secure them here in Jambur, or did they come along with them?
I
cannot say anything about that and how they came here. However they got those, I cannot say.
Thank you very much. Commissioners, if you have any questions, please indicate.
Numbar, silang Commissioner Dulu, nimmo moy ñinin kar soto wol fanan be ñinin kala.
Commissioner Kinte, you have the floor.
Sayin Commissioner Kinte le lafte ñinin kala.
Assalamu alaikum ya imam.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Ya fonye ko biri bota nang yemindi nyindulanto inata.
You said after you returned from this place where you were given this concoction to drink,
inya ilanjuro soto fo nyilabango fango salindiro ebuka keno anyama.
One of your eyes developed a problem to the extent that as we speak you are not able to lead prayers.
Baranga kilo ba kanko ila kacha kono ye fenkilim bambandi o senkan nente musenelalde wotonga muta ko senela bale mutino.
But I can recall one thing which you have said during your testimony, and you kept repeating it. You kept saying that you are a farmer, and I suppose you are a very strong farmer.
Ori nyimmingo yedunde nyimmen kono to nyimantoro men kono koramela seno bulo lanjuru foye la balunya detendi.
Hope this trouble that you went through that brought about this injury, has it not, or has it retarded your work as a farmer?
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. This aspect you said, before this incident happened to me, the strength that I had on the side of farming, now I don't have it. And farming alone is my business. Yes.
Thank you. Bishop, you have the floor.
Saim Bishop Odiko wala be ñinin kala.
Thank you, Chairman. Imam Omar Bojang.
Thank you.
The men who were dressed in red
ako molu men yo fe wulengolu dum
and came to your house
inata ila bungoto
and took you and your visitors.
Yeten ni la luntangolu bondije.
Were you, how did it happen? Was it that you were willing to go along with them, or did you resist going along with them?
Ako aketa nyaadile ñildung adiyate fongole pour ini yeta ñola bang fodung ilafta balalnale ibulu pour ki ye samba
hani wodula mam balangu nyaay tandila mun kamala.
At that juncture, I did not resist them, and the reason was
green boys will be fari noma.
There were many green boys.
Soldier will be noma.
They also had soldiers.
Ninta kombe balango itandili laji.
If I tried to resist at that point,
niye mantora milante kan wobe kanya nante fele.
Whatever punishment or
but luntangulu mini bota bantale natante sango kondo lanteya.
But those visitors that came to pay condolences to
niye mantoro la welcome.
If they had done any harm to them,
that
would have been a big shame for me. That was why I told them, let's go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Carr, you have the floor.
Commissioner Carr, will lafte ñinin kala.
Thank you, Chairman. My question is just linked to what Council asked you to share ideas about how you think the community can move forward. And since you are the Imam, I'd like to know what role religion can play in that. Thank you.
Altilafta me itang lela dronko commissioner do ye ñinin kamen wairi be almami ya silo kan fo bitun ibe sila jumale tala wala ni be men yitandila molla men si jamalu sondomolu murundi nyokan pro sinyo ya e dia kule sono ya akala fta wo dronne yitandilela
fa to nyala wo ya maro be mbulle.
It's true, I have that advice.
Kando han bringa ko botala
Because even just after the incident,
ntolnga ya maro na alifali ya maro minke saten kono jang
our leaders give advice in this village.
otmom fama be imam yala
At that time, my father was still the imam.
akonni momin dabulata ko kono nyin sate kono jambe ngan hako boy ni nyoy ngake kiluntin tolle kama be nyola sangol ton tolle kama be nyola kulliyo to momo na ko ku soto inin sate molla ka dengala oto ngakenu kiluntu nganyina no yinkola.
He said, whosoever was involved in this issue, let us all come together and forgive each other. Because we are the ones that used to go to each other's funerals and each other's naming ceremony. The elders gave that advice here.
Thank you, Imam Jallo. You have the floor.
Imam Jallo wala lafte nyinin kala.
Witness,
Ako sedo.
I have one question for you.
Nyinin kar kilin ni bente bulumbe nyinin kala menna.
As a Muslim,
Misilme ya silo wairi mu muslimoti.
from the day you were captured,
Kabo lumben na yemuta.
did you have the chance to say your prayers
Ako fodum wo wuche kono yela salo keno le bang.
from the time they captured you up to the time they left you?
Kabirin wato men yemuta. Fo katabula wato men ibe bulala fo ka salino le bang.
Hani yalo salo momin ba fan kalama wala ka salo keno.
No, prayers is performed by someone who is conscious.
But njaman taram fan kalama.
But I was not conscious.
Be dunia karaw karam fan mo fe nde fem fo na lam fan la ko do. Do ma de sal ko nya so do no.
Whatever part of the world I was, I cannot say anything about that. So that individual, such a person, cannot pray.
Thank you very much indeed. Oh, yes. Imam C, you have the floor.
Imam C, ufanang lafte nyinin kala le.
Imam Omar Bojang, ñu lay nuyu de la santa.
Ako Imam Omar Bojang mbe kontonna mbe jayla.
Ñun imam yi itam ñu ngi mettitu lu la dal.
Akon itelu alimamulu fanang ibela ni kuya itandila pour benketela.
Metti na trop.
Akadi min tabake.
Waaye nag aduna moom lu yàlla dogal rek mooy am.
Ako bari dunia ala kitita menna wala kake.
Gannaaw dem nga be tollu ni te yaa ngi ba léegi yaa ngi nekk imam.
Akon dum wayri tata hanu fo isita nyin temboto adum hanimbi aybe almamiya silokan.
Sant yàlla rek.
Ala tentu.
Ñu ngi koy mettitu bu baax a baax a baax.
Akoy fanalu bela ni kuya nin solo itandilela.
Thank you. Imam Bojang, if you have any final remarks to make, please proceed to do so now.
Ako sayim bitu ifanan na kumo kumfadula mafang la yekumolu menu soto ka fo Gambian kol ni jambur molye aning ibe men yitandila molula ifanan si ofo sayim.
Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Mbe ala tendu.
I thank God.
Coming ifangol botami ya maro diula na sansai.
Just as they give advice.
Tanna alifali fanal kay maro wala janne.
It also was the case that our leaders here too usually give the same kind of advice.
The
people that are living together, they used to go into each other's
They used to have problems as far as they are.
They will do things to one another which may not be proper. Because if you are not seated in the same place with someone, you will not take anything to that individual which is not proper, or the individual will not also do something to you which is not right. So, but if you are together, living together, and you do things to each other which are not proper, the one that did it admits that what I have done is not the right thing to do. then to you that he had committed that act to, if you have not forgiven him or her, then you are not also doing things in the right way.
Otonga kata nga yampo di nyola.
So let's try and forgive one another.
Barna yamaro domandung bita mansakunda la karola.
But my advice, a little bit of which will go towards the government.
Kantu nyinkuo min keda bankoka.
Because what happened in the country,
albe nyinkuo min kiskisio la ting.
This issue that you are now investigating,
niya akuo sababu jibe.
If you check to find out the reason for it,
ika akuo be murindi katana president koto la kan.
All of it is taken back and attached to the former president.
Otonaya maro bita maralalikan.
So my advice will go to those in authority.
Niye maraloke.
If you are in the exercise of your authority,
ila marafeul.
The people that you are ruling over.
Kana nyimuta ko karitenna ko kunna karebe na ko kunna mbadumbe kuja wala kila nyindona nyindonga kukendo kewoye.
Don't discriminate and say that because this one is not interested in my affairs, so I will do bad things to him or her. This guy is interested in my affairs, I will do good things to the individual. God is there for all of us.
I call fonyel kukendo ko I am bondi dunia bin kama purkate batu.
He told us good things. He brought us to this world so that we could worship him.
But
there are some people who are not agreeing to worship God.
But
that is not a reason for God to do something bad to them. And he could do it. So for them, some of them, it's because of those things that is even making them progress more in life.
For Allah
were they not made by God? So that any person who is in authority, don't take it to say that this one is not interested or is not supporting me, let me do bad things to the person. But wicked leaders also, they are not many. People who are close to the leaders, they are the ones who turn the leaders into bad people. So those that are close to the rulers, I am now also advising you. When a ruler or a president is ready to do something which they know that is not something that is good, let them advise him and tell him that this is not good, this is not in the interest of the country, and that which is in the interest of the country, let them advise him to take that course. Because what happened,
banko president ngalo ne president koto janna be nyinko kala be nyul kumandanya ani molle sita ndu molle asembentu yala.
I know that the former president, before these individuals came to this country, he must have sat with some people to discuss the issue, and those people were the ones who empowered him to do what he did.
Oto kunun data TRRC Allah obsodo ngaje sapenge never again.
Therefore, yesterday I went to your office at the TRRC and I saw it written, never again.
Otombena kata ni wo never again kuku na seke banko na sota seke banko dingule mantoro wo kana ke banko kan kotake.
So let us now try on that never again slogan. Anything that will take this country backwards, anything that will bring misunderstanding in this country, let's ensure that that does not happen again.
Otombe mobe tentulambe jaila mbe na ala fanalamba tentulamba jaila albe do kunyima mena banko kan for ala senar so nyato tara ko kono.
I thank you all, I honor you all the visitors that came in this commission. I pray that God will make it that this work will progress.
Thank you very much indeed, Imam Omar Bojang, for your testimony. We will take a 30-minute break and come back at 12 noon. 12:30, my apologies.
Inum barabake Imam Omar Bojang bitun silam ben dahandim folotala bitun ning alasontan simurunan talantan nim flanin tala.
The correction helps those who really want the 30 minutes, not the 1 minute break. But thank you again very much, Chairman, for your testimony. We come back at 12:30. Sitting is adjourned.